2014 was the EDM golden year, in my honest opinion. And we're going to talk about that in this video. So buckle up. I'm going to be going through a lot of artists. And here we go. Now it's tough because 2013 and 2015 were really good years. Okay, some great stuff happened in 2013 and 2015, but I feel like 2014, it's that sweet spot. It's like right in the middle, and so much good stuff happened. So let's go through it. What happened in 2014? I'm not going to go over everything because there's so much and there's so many artists I could talk about. But these are my personal favorites that I remembered at the time. And frankly, this is 11 years ago now. It is 2025. So my memory might be a little hazy if I'm forgetting some things. So please, if you have something you want me to cover in another video or you want to add to the conversation in the comments, please do it. This channel, all I want to do is talk about EDM. That's all I want to talk about. I want to talk about electronic music. And other things, art and stuff. But I just want to talk about what I want to talk about. That's what we're doing. That's why I'm dressed like this, so that I can do it in a fun way, because I love robots and monsters and EDM and and art and everything else. If you know me, you know what I like. And we're going to talk about all that. So 2014, 11 years ago. My memory's a little fuzzy, and maybe yours is too, but hopefully we can kind of talk about that. We're going to kind of go in the order of the year, but I'm going to go by artist, so some things aren't quite, I have the timeline here. They're not quite in sync, but yeah, so we'll try. First thing, we start off the year with the most amazing thing ever in the whole year, in my opinion. We start with a bang, okay? Daft Punk in 2013 released Random Access Memories, and then the Grammys come. Also, my cat is very distracting. Stop it! What do you want? What? What is it? Say hello. Say hello. January 26th, 2014, they win 4 times at the 56th Annual Grammys. 4 times. It's amazing, okay? So, they won Best Dance in Electronica Album and Album of the Year, and they won Best Pop Duo / Group Performance and Record of the Year. That was for Random Access Memories and Get Lucky. Absolutely amazing. So happy for them when that happened. I was so excited. And not only that, we had some of the most amazing footage of them. Oh my goodness, my cat. Are you done? Are you done? We had some of the best footage of them. They looked so great in those white costumes. I mean, they were so slick. They looked so great. And they performed with Pharrell, Stevie Wonder, and Nile Rodgers. And they kicked ass. They played a banger. And it was so awesome. And let me tell you how excited I was. I stayed up late because remember, I was actually 13 at the time. I turned 13 to 14 in 2014. I was 13 at the time. I had school the next day probably. I don't remember. But I stayed up. Okay, I don't remember I didn't check what day of the week the Grammys were, but I'm sure I stayed up past my bedtime to watch this thing, and I freaked out. All the other girls, they were screaming about Harry Styles or Taylor Swift or something. No, I was so excited for these robots to win. I was like, if they don't win, it's a crime against humans. It's a crime against robots and music if they don't win. So, they won. I was so happy. And then we got this beautiful hug. It's my favorite GIF of all time. If I want to send someone a hug, I send the Daft Punk hug virtually. I'm like, here's the Daft Punk virtual hug, because it's such a great moment. They're so excited they won. It's so sweet. And it's just so nice. It's so nice. I love it. Best moment of the year, in my opinion. Daft Punk has won the Grammys, and March comes around. A few months later, we're all excited. Daft Punk won. The EDM fandom is strong, and it gets stronger because Skrillex releases an album, and everyone flips out. It's recess. March 17th, 2014. Let me tell you, 2014, I think, is the year that EDM blew up. It really is. With Daft Punk going to the Grammys and people seeing them, people be like, who is that? Who are those cool robots? And then Skrillex releasing this album, which he was everywhere, by the way, referenced in everything. I feel like he had so many little, like, Daft Punk, Skrillex, deadmau5, they all had these cameos and things at around this time. This is what I'm remembering. I didn't research any, like, specifics. Maybe I'll put some somewhere on this video. But they really made an impact on pop culture. And I remember there was this one YouTuber who released a ton of Skrillex content at the time. I think her name was Bloody Fangirl. And I remember watching some of her videos around that time, if I'm remembering correctly. I should have researched her before this video, because I haven't checked in on that in a very long time. But I just remember, like, the views for Skrillex popping off around that time. Like, anywhere in the EDM fandom, it was either, and I'll go into this, like, these are the main characters of EDM in 2014, okay? Daft Punk, Skrillex, deadmau5, and then the rest were kind of like, they were there. Like, people had their own favorites, you know? It's like superheroes. I think a friend of mine on the internet did a really good job in not explaining it, but, like, saying how we viewed these music gods at that time. And we still do, right? But obviously I'm 25 this year, so I have a little more of a awareness that these are people, you know, we're all just human beings. We're all humble beings just doing our life. But we viewed these people as superheroes. And and honestly, they still are. Daft Punk, they're still superheroes, even though they broke up, which I'll go to another video about it. I'm very upset about it. I can't talk about it long. But yeah. So the EDM fandom really, we would draw comics, art, fan fiction, about these people because we viewed them as superheroes. The fan fiction part is probably very controversial, which I could go into in another video. But we're going to move on to the next artist, who is an underrated favorite of mine. And I'm so excited to talk about him. So, let's begin. The one, the only, Danger comes out with promo videos for his 2013 EP. It's the July 2013 EP and the 1:30 music video. I had to write this down because with Danger, you kind of have to remember the numbers, and I'm not very good at remembering numbers. So I always, anytime I listen to a Daft Punk, Danger track, it's kind of like pulling a gotcha. You're like, what song am I going to get? Because I don't remember the time that this Danger song was. He always has it in, like, I think 11:30 is the one with the woman doing an absolute amazing track. I can't remember her name right now. Of a singing job. She just did amazing. I think that's 11:30. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I told you I'm not good with numbers. But anyway, so these videos were so exciting. And not only that, but specifically the 1 hour 30, I call it 1 hour 30, music video on April 28th, 2014 is his most popular music video. He doesn't have a lot of music videos. It might be his only one now that I think about it. He's got performances, but this is his most popular video, sitting at 1 million views. It is a very, very cool video. You should give it a watch. It's basically his mask being made, which is, I am a huge fan of masks. They are so cool. Again, all these things I'm talking about and brushing on, I'm going to have to do a whole deep dive on in another video, because I could go on, and I will be here for hours. So, this video, it's so good. The it's like special effects. It's fantastic. And you can see it being like etched with metal, and at the end, it's these glowing eyes. It's amazing. And what's really cool about this video, it's basically the sequel of the July 2013 EP opening promo thing. Because in that one, it's like a bunch of leaves and you see his face, because he's got this jungle vibe going on. I really recommend, if you don't know Danger, please look him up. He is so cool. He is so underrated in my opinion. I went to go see him in concert when I was a teenager, and let me tell you, he is the coolest guy. I got to talk to him, which I could cry. Like, I could cry every time I talk about this. He said he saw my art before, which I couldn't fathom. Over the moon. He's so cool. Pardon me for fangirling. So he's underrated, and I love him, and I think he's amazing, and he deserves all the love. He deserves all the love and all the listening that people give him. Anyway, so let's move on to something very exciting that happens on May 30th, 2014. At 3.8 million views, the Deadmau5 Coffee Run with Dillon Francis and Skrillex drops. And let me tell you how excited I was when that came out, because I loved all three of them. I'll go into Dillon Francis, I think, had something come out. Of course, my finger doesn't. Dillon Francis later in the year drops another album. I like it a lot. And a lot of people don't really like Dillon Francis. But I actually really like his music. Depending on what it is. Some of it is a little interesting. I think it's a specific taste. But there are some tracks that really, this is like the start of EDM pop, and him and a few other artists like Avicii, Zed, very EDM pop, and he kind of it was almost his experimental way of doing EDM pop. Again, this is my opinion. I know nothing about electronic terms. I know some, but very few. But anyway, the Deadmau5 Coffee Run with Dillon Francis and Skrillex on May 30th. Just what a great year we have had so far. And I feel like this is such a nice little gift with a bow on top. We get some of our favorite artists, especially people freaking out with Deadmau5 and Skrillex because they had their drama and people were like, how is this gonna go? Are they gonna be all right? Is this coffee run gonna go smoothly? And it did. It was so cute and funny. They were so fun to watch. A lovely little trio. There's some very funny moments in it. I recommend watching the whole thing. I have watched the whole thing multiple times. It's like a movie for me. I will sit down and I will watch it with popcorn. Because it's just a fun time. I want to be there with them in the car, driving around. I think they're in LA. Are they in LA? I can't remember. No, are they in Canada? Are they in Toronto? No, they talk about Toronto. I'm going to have to watch the video again, clearly, because I haven't watched it in a few months. But, yeah, it's great. There is a highlight, if you don't want to watch the whole thing, there is a highlight version someone made where they take, like, the best parts and put it out there for you to see. I really recommend it if you haven't seen it. It's a fun time. It really is. Yes, it's fun to sit there and pretend you're there with them, because you're driving with deadmau5. What more can you ask for? deadmau5, Joel, he is always fun to watch. And this sounds really weird. His streams and stuff, he's got this charisma to him that, you enjoy hearing him talk, because he's very knowledgeable in the music stuff and technical side of things. And he's got some snarkiness to him, and he's controversial. He's a little bit controversial, but it makes him entertaining, and dare I say, entertaining. He's an entertaining guy, and he's a fun guy. I think he's always been someone. He's like, to me, like, this is gonna sound weird, he's like the dad of electronic music to me. Like, he not only gives people really great, he knows his stuff. He knows his stuff, technically speaking, with electronic music, but he's just kind of like, he's been here for a long time. He knows the industry, he knows the community, and yeah, it's really cool. Say what you will about Joel, I think he has come out with some amazing emotional music too. And after that coffee run and let me check the date because I have my timeline here, on June 17th, which, by the way, this is not long after my birthday, this was a little birthday gift to myself, okay? This was a little birthday gift to myself. And I downloaded that right onto my iPod and jammed the hell out of it. It was really good. It's kind of relaxing. It's a more relaxed album. But it's also, which, I guess you could argue that deadmau5's music entirely is more relaxed. It's like a relaxed house. That's, like, deadmau5 I always listen to at night, specifically. It's that kind of vibe of music. He's so chill, and yet you can also bang your head to it, But I remember getting this on my iPod, and it was so exciting, because this was, like, one of the first albums I got with my own money, other than RAM, on my iPod, of course. I also both have the CDs of these, back when CDs were a thing, and, which, actually, my CD player, I had a SpongeBob CD player, for a really long time, and then, unfortunately, it croaked, the past year, which is really sad. I miss that thing. I like, really miss it. It was really cute. But yeah, so, yeah, that was a good album. Well, one listen to. Not much to say about this, because you had to go listen to it for yourself. Truly. So, after that, August 12th, 2014, Porter Robinson comes out with Worlds. We are hit with some really good albums this year. For real. Like, seriously, we just had Ram come out in 2013, and then we get some really awesome albums, really defining albums of EDM in 2014. So, Worlds is fantastic. It blows up in popularity. And this is the start of Porter's career, really, because he had Spitfire before, and I don't think he was very well known then. And I think I actually found out about Porter Robinson when Worlds came out, but I don't remember. The problem is, I was so obsessed at this age. I was obsessed with electronic music that I was digging for artists like gold. I was searching. So I honestly have no idea which came first. I can't, it's not like in my brain like Daft Punk was with Tron, which I'll go into in another video. But I was digging. I was scraping the bucket. Nalick, I remember being one of the ones that's so obscure that I had to, I found that in the depths of the internet. If you don't know Nalick, it's Naeleck. Guess what? So, at my job, I'm looking at our Spotify, and there's a playlist that someone was playing, and it's supposed to be like family-friendly rave music. It's not really rave music. It's just dance music in general, not rave. But Nalick was the first. It was the first one, and I had this moment of like, what? Is this real? Like, I was like, I can't believe he's in this playlist. Like, on the top, I haven't thought about Nalick in years, literally years. Anyway, so that's just a little obscure artist that I had the pleasure of remembering again recently. But that's an example, scraping the bucket, looking for music. So anyway, Porter Robinson, this album is so good. And I'm not going to lie to you, again, I was a teenager when this came out. I was a tween. So when this album came out, I had a major crush on Porter Robinson. I had a crush on him. I thought he was so cute. Again, all the other girls at my age were the Harry Styles, Taylor Swift, Justin Bieber. And here I was obsessed with robots, Porter Robinson. So that was me. These were my boy bands. These were my boy bands. So Lionhearted comes out, the music video, on June 17th. This is days after my birthday. Does that make sense? Wait, my timeline doesn't make sense. I thought Lionhearted was in Worlds. Was it in Spitfire? Now I'm confused. Now I'm really confused. I need to look this up. Where is my phone? It's in my hand. I'm not going to look it up. Okay, so no wonder. Okay, so yeah. That's so interesting. Did I miss? Guys, check in the comments. Did I miss? Are these notes wrong? Did Lionhearted music video come out on June 17th, the same day Deadmau5's While One Is Less Than Two came out? Did that really happen? Oh my gosh. Because, okay, that must have been, yeah, this year was crazy. Because I was so excited for that album, and then I was also so excited for the Lionhearted music video. So there must have been, is that right? I can't, okay, please in the comments tell me, am I right? Is my notes right? I can't believe that. Anyway, great album and great music video coming out at the same time. Amazing. But Lionhearted music was so good. It was so good. I loved it. All the other girls in my school, they loved Harry Styles, One Direction, Justin Bieber. No, not me. I loved robots and Porter Robinson. These were my boy bands, okay? One-man boy band for Porter Robinson and my duo of Daft Punk, okay? These were my teenage, these two musicians, three musicians technically, formed me in my adolescence. So, yeah, I had a bit of a crush on Porter Robinson, and I love this music video because you got to see so much of him. Also, I think he sings. Is he? Because I love his voice. I also love Sonny's voice. Okay, Skrillex, Sonny's voice. He has such an underrated voice. Okay. I should just talk about electronic music people's voices because they don't use them enough. So whenever you hear it, you're like, whoa, that's their voice. Anyway, so yeah, I really loved this music video. And it was so cool because the design in it was really neat. They're hitting things and there's glitches of color coming out. And it's so epic. You know, it's very epic. I just thought he was the coolest thing. So I loved this at the time. I was so excited. Worlds was also just fantastic. So this is confusing me because if Lionhearted came out in June, there's no way that was from Worlds if it came out in August unless he released it early as a teaser. Please tell me in the comments. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, Worlds came out. I loved it, of course. So yeah, and also I really want to talk about Medea in this video, but he didn't come out with it until 2015, I think, is the next album. So we'll have to save that for another video. Anyway, moving on to Dillon Francis. Money Sucks, Friends Rule on October 27th, 2014. And I really liked this album. Again, a lot of people don't like Dillon Francis, but I really enjoyed him. I thought his music was fun. It's kind of experimental in a way. And there was some really good bangers in this. I think, am I remembering correctly, that Love in the Middle of a Firefight is in this album, or is that a different one? I can't remember. I feel like it's this one. But he partners with some other artists, which makes sense. Money Sucks, Friends Rule, right? So he's jamming with his friends in this album, and it shows. It's good. So that's another thing that came out, and I feel like it doesn't get enough love. Anyway, moving on. We end the year with a fire release. Okay? This is I love Knife Party. Okay? They're awesome. They used to have a thing called Knife Cast. I want them to bring it back. Moving on. Abandoned Ship. November 7th. Now, the year of 2014 is, and did I say 2013 or 2014? The year of 2014 is ending. And Knife Party comes out with Abandoned Ship, and it is fire. November 7th, okay? That album it's a cinematic EDM masterpiece. And I love this album. You know why? Because it sums up 2014 so well. Because it's and I'm specifically talking about EDM Trend Machine. EDM is trending this year, and we get a fire banger in that album. Basically about the trend of EDM. I'm talking about EDM Trend Machine, okay? On top of that, we have EDM Death Machine. They're together, okay? And they're both talking about the EDM world, you know? And it's the perfect way to end the year. We're all in this together. We're all in this together. I hate that song. Yeah, it was just really cool that album came out with those specific songs right at the end of the year. It was like the perfect wrap up. It really was. It summed up everything in a nice little, it tied everything in a nice little bow, you know? So yeah, that's 2014. And I miss it. And I wish if I could time travel, I would go back. I would go back to 2014. I would, if I could. The music that was coming out was amazing. And yeah, and the fandom was a lot more connected. I feel like the problem, this is why I want to have this channel, because I feel like the EDM fandom has dispersed. We're all kind of in our own separate little bubbles, and I blame that on the way the internet is now. It has nothing to do with the EDM fandom itself. It's more that the internet has changed. And we don't have the same kind of one community anymore. Like, DeviantArt is kind of dead. And a lot of us were at DeviantArt. Tumblr, people don't really use Tumblr much anymore. I mean, they do, but it doesn't quite feel the same as it did when it was before, you know? Maybe that's just me. But even Instagram doesn't feel quite the same anymore. And I took a break from people. I'll talk about that. I keep saying I'm going to talk about these things in another video, but I really ramble, and I don't even know how long I should ramble. But yeah, it feels different. The internet is different, and we need to come together. So no more are we separated by our music taste. Let's all come together. If you're a fan of something I didn't mention in this video, please comment below. Give me your favorites. Give me your favorites. Give me your fandoms. Let's talk about it. Also, I am sorry if there is so much hair on my... This is one of my hairs. I have cat hair and my hair all over me. And if you really enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. This is kind of like... This is an experimental series. I'm in my getup like this now. I have different ideas for things I want to do with this mask and outfit. But I really want to add LEDs here. Like pink LEDs. I talked about it on my Instagram story if you follow me there and you've seen it. But yeah, what a great year. Bring me back. Bring me back! Please bring me back to 2014. I want to be 2014, innocent of the world, 14 again, listening to these albums coming out. I mean, really. What a great year. What a great year. And just, again, the highlights of this year really stood out. Daft Punk, like, they're winning. Really, like, we start and end with great things, you know what I mean? And in the middle of the year, like, it's there's no break. It's fantastic. So again, if I missed something, please tell me. I hope I didn't sound too rambly. I think I ramble anyway. I think that's kind of the point of these videos for me, because otherwise I won't shut up. So anyway, so yeah, I hope you liked this. I just want to kind of start doing this because I could ramble about EDM for hours. And my stories on Instagram have been getting really long of me just wanting to ramble. And this is actually an opportunity for me to just actually talk and not write. Like, I'm very weird speaker, I feel like. So there's gonna be things I wish I said after this, or I feel like didn't come across quite properly. So this is good practice for me. And yeah, I hope this comes out okay. My computer died. I'm hoping I can revive it. We'll see. So everything is going to be edited on my iPad. So hopefully things work out with that and it doesn't come out looking like crap. Sorry if it does. I hope you like it anyway. Anyway, everyone, this is the year of going back to the nostalgia of the EDM times. We are coming together. Okay? All right. Take care of yourselves. Stay healthy. Stay safe. And listen to the music you love. Okay? All right. Bye-bye.